right, so the big story today is a John Bolton book, and apparently inside the book, which is unpublished, Simon and Schuster, he's going to say that President Trump did make it clear to Ambassador Bolton, who was the national security advisor, that he was going to hold up aid to Ukraine unless they investigated a variety of things that pertain to the Obama administration, Russian collusion. Joe Biden was included in that. All right. Now, that's not a surprise to me. Ambassador Bolton left under bad terms, does not like President Trump. Immediately, Mick Mulvaney, the chief of staff for Donald Trump, said that's bull. All right. He never heard anything said, and Ambassador Bolton never said anything to him. Mike Pompeo, who is allegedly mentioned in Bolton's book, I say allegedly because we haven't seen it, says what Bolton said about him, Mike Pompeo, is not true. So it's a he said, she said, but it is enough to get 4 or 5 Republican senators, Romney, Murkowski, Collins, maybe a couple of others, to say, yes, we want to hear from John Bolton. We want witnesses. Now, if that happens, other Republicans are going to say, well, then we want Joe Biden. So it's going to elongate this. All right? President Trump tweets, I didn't tell John Bolton that. I didn't tie in any delay of aid or holdup of aid to any specific thing. All right, so he's on record, Donald Trump is denying it. But this story will evolve in a way that I'd be shocked if John Bolton isn't called to appear. Now, President Trump may say no, it's executive privilege, and Joe Biden may say no, it's executive privilege. Because remember, Biden tied President Obama into his threat to the Ukraine to fire that prosecutor. Remember, he said, well, you know, it's not coming from me, it's coming from my boss. So there's executive privileges in both places. And if that happens, then the thing evolves into months, maybe weeks, of the Supreme Court and all that. So it's a mess. Now, I promised yesterday we get into this Fox News polling. Now, Fox News has a problem. It is a network that defends Donald Trump, generally speaking, with a few dissenters. Judge Napolitano, Chris Wallace, a few of the other Washington guys. They don't like Donald Trump at all. Okay? But primarily, if you tune in to Fox News, they're going to defend Donald Trump because 95% of their viewers are Trump supporters. When I was there on the Factor, 60% were traditional conservative Republicans. 40% of the audience was either independent, libertarian, or liberal. Gone. Now, if you like Trump, you watch Fox. If you hate Trump, you watch MSNBC, CNN. Where it is. That will wind up destroying all 3 of those networks. When Donald Trump leaves the stage, over. He even said it to me. The president said it to me. He goes, what's going to happen? And these people went on, because I'm the whole thing. I said, what's going to happen is they're going to lose 50 to 60% of their audience. All 3 of them. CNN doesn't have any audience now, so you can imagine what that's going to be. All right, so Fox News is a poll, and for the last year, that poll has been very negative to President Trump. So they do a poll this week, and it's very simple. Do you believe that Donald Trump should be convicted and removed by the Senate? 1,000 people. All right, now listen to this. This is the key. Democrat 48, Republican 42, Independent 10. All right? So right away, you know you're going to get a negative Trump answer. Fox News, they know it's going to be negative Trump, no matter what they ask. Because it's a 6-point gap in the party. Okay. Yes, boot him out, want him removed, 50%. No, 46%. So actually, Trump made up 2 points in that thing. That's Fox News. Boot him out, 50, shouldn't be booted out, 46. Same days, Same question. ABC News, Washington Post. Hostile to Trump. Both of those organizations, hostile. You want to remove from office. 880 registered voters. Remember, the Fox News poll was 1,000. Not a big difference. Democrat, 27. Republican, 24. Independent, 39. Much different sample. Much closer. Now, they don't say whether the independents were liberal or conservative leaners. Should Donald Trump be removed from office? 45% yes. 51% no. Exact opposite of Fox News. Same question, same time period, pretty much the same amount of people. So Mitch McConnell is desperately trying to convince the 53 Republican senators not to vote for witnesses. McConnell's argument is that if you do that, you allow Chuck Schumer, the minority leader, to run wild for the next 4 weeks. That he's not going to be reasonable in the negotiation. So they want John Bolton, we want Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, Adam Schiff, the whistleblower. They're not going to give us anything. And if we do call Bolton, it's likely that President Trump will invoke executive privilege because he's the national security advisor and their conversations are protected. That would put it into the courts and elongate this whole thing 4 weeks, maybe months. So McConnell's argument is, look, we all know there's nothing here that would remove a president, any party, at any time. A phone call to Ukraine that you believe was trying to get dirt on Joe Biden isn't enough. So that's McConnell. That's what he's trying to do, convince all of the 53 Republicans to reject witnesses. Because if they do, there won't be, and that'll be it. Goodbye, see you, it's over, we acquit. There are 4 Republicans that say, well, we might want to hear from John Bolton. Mitt Romney is the most prominent, and I did some research about Romney's popularity in Utah. I'll get to that in a moment. Lisa Murkowski from Alaska, Susan Collins from Maine, and there are a few others, Portman in Ohio, and the guy from Tennessee, but they're persuadable. But Murkowski, Romney, and Collins, those 3, if they vote for John Bolton to come in, that brings it to 50. And it's likely John Roberts, Supreme Court Justice, would say, yeah, bring him in. Okay, final thought of the day. You all have heard comparisons, the United States to ancient Rome. Ancient Rome was decadent. People didn't pay attention. They wanted entitlements from the emperor and the Senate. They went to the Colosseum to watch lions eat Christians and gladiators kill each other. It devolved into a barbaric society. There are some valid claims and comparisons between ancient Rome and America. All right, we are not on the decline economically as ancient Rome was. There are barbarians everywhere, as the Romans had to deal with. Our spectacles can get kind of violent. And a lot of people in this country like violence. I don't know why, I don't. Super Bowl, garish, over the top, capitalism on display. Although the halftime performers, I didn't know this, J-Lo and Shakira, right? Am I saying her name right? They don't get paid. The publicity they get is worth it. But it's capitalism, $8,000 a ticket, come on. In the end, there is some downsides to it. It's a little bit much, but in the end, it's good for 2 reasons. Brings Americans together, parties, we socialize, we root, we do all that. Brings us together. That's good, all right? And the second thing is, it shows the world, because everybody in the world now watches the Super Bowl. It shows the world, okay, that we set the agenda. We Americans set the agenda. Nobody's got anything like, yeah, they got the World Cup and all that, but nothing like the Super Bowl. The United States, we really set it.